Hello, my name is Elmer Moore, and I'm coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm with Scale Up Milwaukee, and we're here today to talk to Lori Zindel and Pat Curran. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Lori Zindel with OS Healthcare. I started the company about 23 years ago and started out as a staffing service, but we recently branched into the world of technology and having a lot of fun growing that side of the business.
And I'm Pat Curran, the Director of Product Strategy and Development for OS, and I'm responsible for our product efficiency, which is the technology piece for our revenue cycle management we do.
Okay, so Pat, thank you for mentioning that piece. You all are underselling the complexity and sophistication of your operation. Tell us exactly what both OS and efficiency really do.
Well, we really try to get healthcare claims paid for healthcare providers. It's a very complex industry. Getting medical bills paid in the news all the time, getting healthcare costs down. And one of the ways to get healthcare costs down is to be really efficient. Get your claim out the door, get revenue in as fast as possible for the hospitals. So we've done that providing experts for years. But we have found that technology is really what is needed with the complex rules that the government has put on medical providers for coding and documentation of services. That has become the key, and that's the future of healthcare is making sure that you've got the rules down for all of the insurance companies, and that's what our product efficiency does and does very well.
So I know that you've got a long history in this, and what fascinates me is that moment from the first customer, someone says, okay, we're willing to make a bet on what you can do for us. Tell me about that journey from customer 1 to customer, I don't know, 100. I don't know how many customers you have. What have you been doing?
Well, customer number 1, I managed. I did it on my own. I looked at every claim before it went out the door to make sure this was a long time ago, not a lot of technology involved. But I made sure everything was correct before I sent it out. That client got my personal attention, and as we've grown, I think that's the thing we've had to learn the most is now I have to rely on people as I hire. So for our second client, our third client, and now our 100th client, we keep adding employees, but that's one of the challenges as you grow is finding people that have the same commitment, that same desire to service your client, do things well, and actually to continue to grow. That's been the challenge, is the people portion of it. I think as well as marketing. You get to a certain point that you're at one level and you're very comfortable, and then you want to take that bigger leap, learning those marketing skills. But really, it all comes down to the people that we have around us.
I like it. So, Pat, I'm curious to you. You're working on the newest product or the newest part of this business. What have you been doing to grow efficiency, both in prominence and its revenue?
Well, part of it, in recently what I've been focused on is just figuring out how we can kind of translate.
Pat, hold on. You're muted. Let's unmute you.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better. Thanks.
So most recently, what I would say within the last year or so, my focus has been on how can we translate how the technology can benefit our prospects. So like the potential customers, how we can deliver that message. Over the years, what we've been doing is because it is the most recent thing that the company has really evolved, the technology that is what we really had to do was translate what is happening with our staff, the smarts that our people have, and how can we put that into the software so that we don't have to rely on the people. And that's kind of the common message that we've been telling our prospects, is that the technology will allow you to do your job without having to rely on people with certain types of expertise in the insurance industry. So my challenge has been to continually make the system good enough so that we can get these types of thoughts, and we call them rules, into the software so that as we come up with new things, like as our staff detects things and we're able to put that right back into the software as quickly as possible without requiring like a technical person to be able to do that.
Interesting. So both of you participated in the Scalerator program, and I'd love to hear from each of you, one or two really strategic or tactical takeaways that you would advise any company to consider.
The thing that we brought back was our hiring. We learned a lot about it. Again, if the people are the challenge, we find that we hire. One of the things Scale Up brought to us was an organization that does some OAD assessments. So you've got the right kind of people, and we did the survey on all of our staff, and we find out we're really good at hiring experts. They are experts. They know the rules. They come in and they can do the job every day. But for growth, we need leaders, and we need people that can take this company to the next level. And we were terrible at hiring that. So I think that's one of the things we're focusing on in the next few years, is to look for those kinds of people that have that entrepreneur spirit, that can take leadership roles within our company. So I think that has been a valuable Scale Up brought to us, and that will help move forward, because our management staff here can't take on that much more. We need to have that second level of people to lead our company, and we learned a lot about that, and it was a great program to go through for that.
So how do you put that into fortune cookie size? How do you put that into tweetable nugget?
Hire well. I think the line I remember was hire slow, fire fast. That's the line that we learned. And I think we hired fast because as we grew, suddenly somebody needed a project done, and we didn't want to say no. We needed 15 people, so you took anybody with a heartbeat. And I think that is making good decisions about the people you have, surrounding yourself by good people. You understand that we will only grow if our clients like the product and the service that we deliver, and we can only do that when we have solid people doing it. So
when you've got the right people.
Yeah, you got to have the right people. That's the fortune cookie thing. Yeah.
Excellent. And Pat, what about you?
What I totally agree with Lori. One of the other things that I got out of it was just the whole sales approach, and I found it just kind of eye-opening as far as like what's the most important thing to do to be able to capture your whoever your prospect is. How do you capture their attention? So we learned a lot about just the high value questions and things that we can really use to emphasize how we would benefit them, and I thought that was a really important takeaway from our experience in Scale Up. And then all aspects of the sales cycle, just talking about the different levels of the sales funnel, and how we need to keep that wide, and just the different approaches that you take to be able to generate the leads. There's a lot of valuable things that we learned out of it. Hard to summarize. But,
are you a hunter or a farmer?
Yeah, and typically, we've been farming, and we're trying to turn ourselves into being hunters, so I think it was extremely valuable that way.
Fantastic. I look forward to actually digging deeper into that some other time. So, the value of the Scalerator, at least in part, is being in a community of like-minded, ambitious, growth-oriented companies, tackling this massive ambition to grow by 200%, 300%, 500% over the next few months and years. So I congratulate you both in participating in that, and I encourage you to keep on moving. Any last thoughts? We're gonna close this conversation up. Any thoughts about what you all are doing in the future? What you expect to see in the next, let's say, 6 to 12 months?
Oh, well, we're hoping for that 200% growth. But the one thing I have to say about the Scale Up program, what I found amazing was we were companies from all lines, all business lines, and the common theme between all of us. So if people can get involved in an organization like yours or the other community organizations of business owners, very helpful. Very nice to know you're not in it alone. Other companies with the same challenges. It was an awesome experience.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. That's awful generous. Well, thank you so much for participating in this hangout. I look forward to everyone on the on the internet, seeing the advice you have to offer and hearing about your success. And before we close, I do want to congratulate you again on some of your most recent wins. You've got some great customers to brag about that are going to have huge impact on your business. Care to give us a little treat about that?
Sure. We're very Wisconsin oriented, so anytime we open a new state, we're pretty excited. So we've gotten John Muir, which is the largest health system in California. Might have heard of a hospital by the name of Johns Hopkins. We've got them on the other coast, and then we hit some Midwest states. We've gotten into Kansas, Nebraska, Michigan. So we're very excited about. We've got the big map up, and we're coloring them in as we go.
I love it. Keep taking them down. That's fantastic. Thanks for talking to us. I look forward to seeing you and talking to you soon. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.